Greetings, Helldivers. Today, I'm gonna do a short video on 10 more things that I would like to see changed in Helldivers 2. This is a second part on this topic, so if you haven't seen the first video, please check it out. And without further ado, let's get into it. Point number 1, Warbond metal cap. I think that it should be completely removed. You've heard that right, not increased, not expanded. Warbond medals are one of the main rewards for completing missions, and since you reach the cap relatively quickly, really soon one of the main rewards for completing missions becomes non-existent. That is a total bullshit. I understand why Arrowhead placed this cap in the first place, to create an additional incentive to stay in the game longer. However, that makes absolutely zero sense, dear Arrowhead. We already spent money on your war bonds. We already spent time grinding for super credits to buy war bonds. We already spent a lot of time playing the game because guess what? It is fun and it is great. We love this game. We do not need other incentives to stay in it other than it being a great game. Point number 2, the Super Destroyer upgrades and samples. I dream of the times when gathering samples would make sense again. Upgrading Super Destroyer is one of the best mechanics in the game and I absolutely love it. So why oh why are we stuck at level 30? I refuse to believe that Arrowhead doesn't have any ideas in this regard. So please, our dear Arrowhead, give us more ship upgrades and give us the reason to collect samples once again. Because I am tired of looking at this shit, okay? I am tired. Point number 3, this thing. You know, I always wondered why this is here, and you cannot interact with it in any way. But now, I have a solution. Maybe a bit radical one, but hey, it's just a suggestion. You know the game Deadlock, this pure mobile masterpiece by Valve? When you start a game, there is a little player hub with different activities that you can engage with. And one of the activities is this little room where you have a player and a screen. And on this screen, you can spectate other players' matches. How cool is that? Imagine we could do the same with this thing here. You just come here and you can choose to spectate other people's matches. I think that would be awesome. Some of you may say, oh, I don't want people to spectate my matches. Well, there's an easy solution for that as well. In the game settings tab, you just get an option of who can spectate my matches. And just like matchmaking privacy, you can switch between public, friends only, or nobody. Easy peasy, you're welcome. Point number 4. Can somebody, for the love of God, explain to me why we are not allowed to take both exosuits with us? What is this? Why? What's the reason behind that? We can take a tank, a car, an exosuit, but we cannot take another one? Makes no sense. And don't even dare to talk about balance, okay? Balance has nothing to do with any of this. This is just pure fun preventing bullshit, and it has to go. Point number 6, since we're talking about exosuits, is that we should finally get the ability to resupply our exosuits. Exosuits are already fragile enough and they are not universal for all fronts, so giving them the ability to get resupplied and use them a little bit longer would be such a baller move, Arrowhead. Just do it, Arrowhead, and people will go to war for you. Point number 7. You know, I may voice an unpopular opinion, but FRVs are awesome. And lately, I've had a chance to experience that firsthand. However, there's one last thing, one last missing piece that would make FRVs almost perfect. And it is the ability to let go of the machine gun without getting off the vehicle. So you could throw stratagems, use your grenades, use your secondary weapon or primary weapon without having to get off the car. That way your teammates will be driving and you could deal with the enemies with a machine gun, and sometimes instead of reloading it, it would be much more convenient to just use your primary or your secondary weapon. or throw a stratagem onto the objective. Again, Arrowhead, it would be such a baller move. Point number 8. Hellpod lock. Now, this is just some bullshit. Please tell me again, why did we upgrade our ship to have the ability to steer our Hellpods? Oh, sure, because it is great, it is convenient, it is fun. So please tell me, why does this exist in the game? And you know, the Hellpod steering lock would be just a half of the problem. If 90% of the time that you get reinforced, you would not be thrown into the most abysmal places imaginable. Outside the bounds of the map, outside of the bounds of the defense mission. Places you just cannot get back from. It may seem like a minor issue, but it is really not. Because things like that become so infuriating in the middle of a sweaty, busy mission. So please, let's just get rid of it. Nobody will ever miss it. There is enough challenge in the game without that kind of bullshit. Point number 8. You know guys, I really love the Bastion tank. And me and my teammates, we constantly have a lot of fun with it. But to this day, I cannot accept this range of the cannon movement. It is just too limited. I don't know, like at least give us a 60 or 70 degrees range. The necessity to just straightly face what you have to shoot is abysmal. Also, something needs to be done about the tank armor. I think it is way too fragile, guys. You know, on the lower difficulties, yes, this thing is powerful and almost indestructible, but on the super hell dive, it goes away pretty goddamn fast. So yeah, reinforcing the tank armor a bit would be really nice. Point number 9, or 10, I honestly cannot remember. The Napalm barrage should absolutely be able to close bug holes. The fact that it doesn't do it right now just makes absolutely zero sense to me. And I'm sure to a lot of you as well. Look, I just scorched the freaking earth and not a single bug hole was closed. That is ridiculous. My last point are the enemy corpses. We absolutely should do something about them. Because right now, especially on higher difficulty levels, enemies just keep constantly dying and leaving their corpses directly upon the terminal, making it absolutely inaccessible to you, which more often than not completely jeopardizes your mission completion. I think enemy corpses should despawn much faster or just become the textures that you can completely clip through when the enemy is dead. You know, there's just a whole bunch of different stuff in this game that you can get stuck under without any ability to get yourself out without blowing yourself up. And I think that should be addressed as soon as possible. And there you have it, boys and girls. I hope my points made at least some sense to you and there is something that we can agree upon. Please let me know about that in the comments. As always, thank you for watching this far. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.